here to get themselves a map as Cloud9 took map 1 on Split.
Starting off the attack, and I want to say it was Jess who said it, right? Like, if there's any ability to counter-strat, it's that you know Cloud9 more often than not is going to play an A, and guess what? That's exactly where they are. So full sense, they stack 3 that way. The opening tag on the Leaf pushes him back, and PTC continues to move forward, but are you going to check the 50? Oh, baby, yes you are. PTC with the opener.
And that was a tag on 3 with the 0 point from Zeppa, so they're just hanging to see if those 3 will push. Shots now coming in, 65 HP.
Look at where Vanity is. Oh, okay, forget it. For a moment, I was going to say, look at where Vanity is naturally. I curse him. And he dies.
No.
What?
Okay.
Full sense, still with the numbers advantage here, though. Although they've looked better, right? John Olsen down to 50 HP, PTC to 65. Chalala still healthy. And the spike still no further to making it onto the site.
Just one of the rounds. Like, hey, people on both sides forgot to tie their shoes. We're just getting situated on Breeze. Zeta says, thank you very much. Finds the audio shot as they drop right out of vent.
What a lunatic. He just drops down and takes the fight. John Olsen left in this 1v1. Zeppa's so weak.
Yeah.
This has the potential to be very bad.
Another 0 point goes out. We'll keep an eye on where Zeppa uses those, because even not hitting something, that information is still usable to know there's no push. It's free space. 0 point does a lot for KO.
Cheeky little spot out here from PTC with the Marshall. Playing up on top of pyramids. And it seems like Cloud9's not going to give them a chance at this, right? Like, they're just patiently waiting. It looks like they want to wait to see if anyone's going to push forward, but take a look at how they've worked their way closer and closer up to elbow, and you've got Superbus, who, if he hits the timing just right, could spell disaster for Cloud9. Keep an eye on Superbus. There it is. Yeah, the information's there. I love it. Doesn't flinch.
Toxin screen down.
Wow, they're just keeping this quiet. Smart play by C9. To figure there could be a Marshall somewhere, and that could really turn the round around. The first one they see is the drone, and it may still be a bit of pressure towards A here, as Leaf just getting missed as he puts some fire down onto the side of Full Sense.
Vanity went back and he picked up the spike, and I think they've been lulled into thinking that this may be safe because Vanity peeked out. Okay, they are going to rotate off, but oh, John Olsen took mid.
So big. What a Vandal grab, too. A Vandal second round could play against Cloud9 here. You have to be kidding me. If anybody can get to John Olsen, this would be huge, but it looks like they just want to keep it and allow him to play this situation himself.
They don't have a chance. They don't have time. And you saw the members of Cloud9 were still split. There were 2 in defender spawn. You still have Zeta alive, but you had Leaf back up in attack, or in defender spawn, excuse me, while the other 2 were in attacker spawn. They were split.
It was.
Right, with the rifle and the scope.
Probably took him a year to get in that tree, too.
They're not known for being speedy. Unlike Leaf, who's already dashed his way onto the side, and well, that may have been a bit of a mistake, because Cloud9 really just kind of crumbled.
Spawns as the operator here in the hands of PTC for round 4.
Well, and look, Cloud9's not going A, right? Again, we see them stack 3A. I know I called back to what Jess said on the desk earlier, but I've got to mention it again. It's just Vanity who peeks out. PTC decapitates him. But in the flash, too, to make sure nobody's creeping forward, he gets another one across mid.
PTC being mobile with the operator, looks towards mid, like you said, right after a quick shot A, and there were 3 to guard him there. Full Sense is doing much more positional trading, ready to act off of each other's opportunities than they were on Split. And we're seeing it in the first few rounds here. See if they can hold on to that, as C9 may try their hand at B.
And they should have a really good idea that they're going B, and there's also a drone coming out from Lamies next to confirm that there's nobody working mid. So with that, I wonder how long Full Sense stay on A. Okay, we're starting to see some of the rotations come out from John Olsen. See that, and the rest of the other 2 members are staying A, but they should have a very good idea that the hit is going to end up on B. Mitch working his way forward. He doesn't have the spike, but Zeppa does. Yeah, and they both drop.
Spike down.
Great awareness by Full Sense there to back up. Zeppa's knife just missed both Superbus and Chalalala in there in B, and they were able to execute back onto what was happening from C9. So nice play, knowing 0 point would come in there for C9 from Full Sense.
not the start we expected.
10 seconds left.
Out from Cloud9, it all kind of turned Riv when they lost round 2, right? Like when Full Sense was able to thrifty their way into a gun advantage, into a
rounds. Again, they put a few more members up by Brick, and it looks like they will take a little aggression here, but not fully peak it. A lot of hallway play coming from C9 this time.
Yeah. A lighter buy here, the Hunter's Fury, comes out. Lamy Snacks. Oh, he's been flashed, and it comes down, and he's gifted with 2 members of Cloud9, and he's able to clean them up. Leaf and Zeta, the only 2 that remain. The spikes on the other side of the wall. You've got shock darts, you've got to dance around, you've got everything you've got to consider. Leaf not able to clean things up. Zeta swings out at just the right time to grab the spike.
Tag.
Get it to a 1v2, and he's got advantage. Operator in the hands of PTC, as you mentioned, now working across mid. As we saw, he found success here before, and he's going to get a chance to do it again. The drone was there, and it didn't matter. Leaf able to trade that out, though, and the drone's going to continue to clear the way. Seekers come through. Lamus has to give the space up as the door goes down. The spike still hasn't made its way onto the site, but the members of Cloud9 have cleared the path, right? Like, there are no remaining members of Full Sense on the site. It's just Chalalala who's working his way up tube. He's going to have to dance around the smoke. Able to land the shots onto Vanity. That was well played. The neural theft coming out as well. Riv, they're going for this.
It seems like nothing will stop them at this point. They have the momentum, they have the money, they can lose the round, so why not push a little bit and see what else you can tag onto C9. 3 members sit in the site. 2 members of Full Sense trying their best.
Yeah, Leaf able to get the third. Chalala left in a 1v3. Shock Dart keeping him back. Just to figure out, number 1, how the heck do you get onto the site? Number 2, how do you deal with the members that are on the site? And then if you manage to get through those 2, you have to defuse the spike as well. Play around the time, and it doesn't look like any of that is going to happen, as he doesn't even get out the gates for that list. Cloud9 should get the second. Leaf is going to save the op into the next round as well, unless...
Sure, an ult, but after this, when the economy is low for Full Sense, that's when you go for the throw. Make sure that round is yours and put them on an eco. So we may not see too many ults from C9 this round, but next round you will.
Here.
Operator in the hands of Leaf. They've taken caves. The Viper wall goes up towards A. It's pretty common spot, and you even see the ping on the minimap. Make sure you check that 50 back there. That often can be problematic as attackers try to take this site. You also have Mitch, who's making sure there's nobody working in through mid. Here we go. The null command, the blade storm forward.
Here.
They have Hyper Spit too.
Oh, Leaf doesn't get a chance to do anything. The timing was so good. Skills go back and forth. They still have control of the site. You've got the Viper Spit, as you mentioned, but Chalalala able to keep things interesting, at least for now, with 3v3 onto the site. Zeta looking to get the spike down. The other 2 members of Full Sense now starting to show up as Zeta dances around his utility, making sure there's no one on the flank is Zeppa. And PTC, my goodness, you bold man. Oh, he's got a shorty. He doesn't get a chance to fire that either. Number still in favor of Cloud9. Spike ticking away. The ult goes down. Super Bus left alone in that 1v2. They've got an excellent crossfire too, Riv. This is so brutal to swing your way around. You're going to have to deal with both of them. And Vanity. Early Viper Spit out from Superbus. You see it drops right into caves, taking some of that space away. And the dart, you see it on your minimap, goes right past it to make sure there's no one on the other side as well. I don't believe it tagged anyone up. So they have very... at least they have a good bit of information to understand there's nobody pushing caves, but they also know that they're working their way... Or they should know at this point that there is some presence in towards Hall.
Yeah, now they do.
Yep.
Operator actually saves quite a bit of the vision that Trailblazer would have seen. Spike is, I wouldn't say a peculiar spot, but to get that to a site at this point could be difficult. It's the first time we've really seen somebody hover halls this much, so they're going to be able to pour out into either site, whichever one feels best, and a 0 point won't make them privy to anything else.
The door goes up, Vanity goes down, but Leaf takes one down with him. Now they can work through this, and there's going to have to be off of Zeta finding some space, right? You hear the Hunter's Fury comes out. John Olsen gets a bullet right into his mouth as Leaf swings around and takes care of him. Zeta does as well, but PTC can do a bit of the same with an op of his own. The spike still not down yet. Now Zeppa's able to do it. The shock dart, woo! Gift delivered.
Touchdown on that one.
PTC having to creep his way up. We mentioned that he has an operator. He only has 70 HP. Oh, and his position's been given away as well. He's not able to take care of the camp either. Chalala drops. PTC has the Blade Storm, but I think at this point, yeah, you just kind of save the op. Try to stay alive. We'll see if Cloud9 go hunting, and oh, baby, they're going. You see Midge creeping his way forward, making sure on your mini-map that he hasn't made his way towards B. I wonder if Zeppa tries to get in on it as well. Where's the challenge come from? Back with the operator and then the Hunter's Fury that just caused so many problems that they just weren't able to deal with it. It was very well played by Cloud9.
A few more trippies up in that hallway now for Chalalala. Oh, PTC with one. Can he find another one? The dash to dash, and it's going to be a kill on the lead from John Olsen.
This is a pistol round for Full Send. Now they're going to upgrade a couple of weapons. They've managed to get one. The Blade Storm should. Oh, Zeta drops.
Those are the trades, Doug. Those are the trades that we saw before.
And now the Spike is in a horrible spot for Cloud9. In this 2v4, they do still have 2 rifles to work with. That helps.
Vanity, you're disgusting.
Yeah, forget the rifles. If you can do it with the snake bite. Vanity trades that out, and that's one of the 2 Vandals that Full Sense had.
PTC, a decent lurk. There's one, crisp shot. Another one. Oh, he runs out of ammo. It's not going to be enough. Back to a tie. I think this one is just going to be as close as it can be. We do have a bit of a lower buy coming in for Vanity so he can find all the utility for himself, but shouldn't affect the round too much. Is an op for PTC again.
Light armor and the hands of Leaf as well. I guess it can be in the hands. Oh, Mitch!
Was that an op? Nope, it's a Vandal, but still Mitch.
That was gross. That was gross.
Okay,
Snacks.
Answers.
Yep, gives it right back. I wonder if this is just like a feel things out. The thing is, they don't have info of anything else on the map, so it's hard to rotate away here. You're going to have to be so careful about checking everything. A great kill out from Zeta off the Shark Dart. That should probably be the committal. So now they want to go. They drop the Viper's Pit as well as they morph their way forward. You've got Leaf, who's got an aggressive angle to make sure nobody's coming in from bridge or under it, but op shots flying through the ult as the Hunter's Fury comes out as well. That's going to reposition Zeppa. He's got to stay alive or he's got to dance around it. Oh. No, he falls.
Spike down A.
That's a tough one. Wet socks and a Hunter's Fury. You never love it.
It's a bad day.
Yeah, it's a bad day. PTC down to off the op to a Vandal to make the retake a little bit easier, as now it's the 3v3, Doug.
Spike ticking away. You've got Leaf, who's taken more of a defensive position as the other 2 members of Cloud9 are playing in the smoke. Make that one as Vanity drops and the ult's going to fall with him. Zeta playing his Type 50. Nice shots onto PTC at 2v2. Zeta's so weak and Leaf is as well.
Zeta with these quick peeks, always so good.
Oh, there it was! A 1v2! Lamy Six has to stay alive! Lamy Six
onto the site with Vanity's ultimate to make that round work.
Full guns for Cloud9.
Okay.
Not so far. I was actually about to say PTC was the only one with Marshall, and he had that. Falls. Lamy Snack's able to pick it up, though. The door's been opened up. We're going back towards A, and it's just Chalala who's playing backside by himself. He's going to have to be the anchor, and no, not able to find any success back there. Cloud9, A is theirs.
Instant. It's a replication of last round with just Leaf going into the halls now, so that's the difference that they had, and it completely threw him off with Leaf's opening frag. And another one, a 3K for him already.
Yeah, as the Marshall falls, John Olsen, Sheriff in hand, Leaf not able to land those shots. And if at first you don't succeed, well, he didn't succeed the second time.
C9 sets up towards A. Could end B, but again, they're just loving this right now.
Looking to finish things off, ideally get to a 7-5 half for Cloud9, and if you're Full Sends, a 6-6. Given that this is Cloud9's highly touted map, this is where they're supposed to be at their best, a 6-6 is gold. That's money.
For sure. 0 point comes out. Nobody's close. That means Leaf can get right into the face of somebody who's next up in line to go down from the Blade Storm.
Yeah, but he took some damage. Chalalala swinging out as well. The Blade Storm, there it is, out from Leaf. A 3v3. Nice shots out from Chalala. Man, he's been so big in this round for Full Sends. But he's so weak now.
He's just trying to buy time with his gates. He says, you can't see me, hopefully. Dodging out the shock darts, and now he's going to have the rest of his team to back him up.
A 3v3 to close out the round. Zeppa's 1 point away from having that null command online. The Vanity's in a bit of an awkward spot here. As soon as he decides to go forward, that trip's going to go down. Yeah, it is. And that allows him to get past it. They're not expecting that he's there, but PTC stays alive, dashes away to safety. Zeppa drops. Lamy Snacks gets 2 on PTC. PTC gets the last. They had the setup that they wanted. They were able to get past the defenses of Full Send, but they weren't. So Full Send's on the attacking half here. And I mean, we've taken some space mid early on, and Leaf is there to keep it back, for at least for now.
Little tag up, not too bad. As it is a spread here from Full Sense in mid. Leaf will make it bad. And that's going to sting onto TTC here. We see him being the open and fragger for the side of Full Sense, but not this time around, as Leaf has been feeling confident this match.
And where do Full Sense go from this? They've taken some space mid. They haven't fully pushed out up to elbow, and they haven't found much A either. And at this point, they don't have very much to go towards at all.
Losing your jet right away as well on pistol round, you kind of lose your huzzah. You're just going to be walking into sight on util, which is perfectly fine. Something you're going to have to do anyways. But they're not going to be throwing C9 for any loops. This is going to be a big fight to whatever site we go to. And it looks like they are going to be able to keep themselves alive here. And hopefully Full Sense do have a flanker, but it looks like they may have to put 4 into one direction.
Well, and it's interesting. Okay, so they just flashed. John Olsen did towards B. I don't know that he got a tag, but they got some of that space, but they are going to end up back on A. As you were saying, Zeppa's there, doesn't have an ultimate or a blade up quite yet. Does have that nade to work with, and Leaf is holding mid as well. That's going to push Superbus back, and there's that knife that we were talking about. Again, still has the nade to work with, but creeping his way forward. The nade drops. Chalalala looking to get the spike down. Should be able to do so. Man, they cut it so close every time. That's a heck of a shock dart, though.
Almost gets the tag to get the kill. Leaf's going to answer with a second one on the round, but they drop 2-3 now from Full Sense's side.
2v2, all that remains. Vanity with 54 HP as he tries to retreat. He tries to stay alive. Mitch much healthier. Creeping his way forward as well. You see him wrapping around the 2 remaining members. Superbus is in a really good spot, though. If they don't check that 50, it's going to spell disaster. Oh, Chalalala comes up big, but Mitch gets it to a 1v1. 17 HP as he got to buy time. He tries to go up top. He lands the shots. Cloud9 win the pistol.
Wow, Mitch coming up huge there. Again, a pistol round coming down to
money into this round. Cloud9 do the same as well. Early tag, spots a couple of members. Up Full Sense, working towards caves. The Ultorp going into the hands of PTC early on. The Trailblazer, Vanity's gonna have his hands full.
Look at that. Walls up, smokes up, doesn't get seen, but it is going to be all 5 here from Full Sense.
Oh, I think that may have been a bit of a misfire for PTC. He tried going in aggressive to take the angle, to take the fight into Vanity, but the slight misstep falls apart, but Lammy Snacks does not! He doesn't fall apart at all, and John Olsen gets in on it as well. Mitch is left alone. He's in a 1v3, but he's so far away. Guess what? They're coming. Mitch. He's got so much work to do.
That they were bumping into each other on the right side of pillar there. That's nothing Zeppa and Vanity could do to get out of that alive.
Full Sense heavy lean towards B. The Trailblazer to clear the way. There's also a dart back sight, but you haven't cleared out Leaf yet. The drone should be the one to do it, but he swings around it at just the right time. There it goes. He's got that Sheriff to work with.
God, they're already
in. Doesn't have any health to work with. Yeah, they've gotten onto the site. We'll see what Cloud9 do as far as this retake goes. They don't have much to work with here at all, really.
No. It's good to see, though. Full Sense saying, pistol round, we give no cares. Push in, do what we can. Okay. Now it's actually doing a bit of damage. They have to make sure not to troll.
Set up something early on to get him the ult orb to bring that online a bit earlier and perhaps have an exec around it.
Full Sense.
Here.
You can see how much they are fighting to keep themselves alive within this series, within the lower bracket run. Leaf is already pushed up.
Oh! Excellent adjustment on a PTC there. That was not his first target.
Nope. He also got that ping out, so your focus is dead on that person. Nice change up, like you said. And now Leaf controls mid. How does Full Sense respond to this?
I mean, you see Superbus. He's got to be so careful, right? He's got to be so slow and methodical in doing this, because you just saw Leaf. He was playing there. So off of that, the slow but certain swing out around pillar ensures that Leaf is no longer back there. So they can play this out a bit more confidently, at least for now.
Hall's trips on both sides. Who's going to come in here? Nice little dart, actually. Grabs Lammy.
Take flight.
30 seconds
Very
left.
slow play. Again, Full Sense is going to bring it down to the wire to try and plant and pressure C9 into moving immediately to use that utility correctly in the 45 seconds the plan is down.
There's Fury coming out from Zeta. A couple of tags
Well, this is
potentially,
scary
but no
now.
kills landed yet. Oh, and John Olsen drops. Mitch is playing in this corner. My goodness, Cloud9, they just mow over them. The neural.
Get to round 17.
Revealing area.
Interesting start from Full Send. So you've got the tripwire, you've got the Cypher Cam as well. So you've got this defensive setup towards B, and then you also had Lammy with the recon dart playing further back as well, hitting back towards back by elbow. So concern of early action from Cloud9 towards the western half of the map.
I feel like you see the strat here already. It's Viper's pit down. Lammy has a Spectre, so he's not in. He's out of the site, using utility, and then Hunter's Fury. There is a way Full Sense gets in with this round, even having a bit less of the economy coming in. Just missed out there and also right past the Cypher trap, so I'm not going to get much out of that bolt. Again, they're going to take it down to the wire. Once again, 0 point's going to be up. This could actually be nullified by Zeppa as he comes in. Having a KO with a team against a team that's going late into the round may not favor it. There it is. They push back and they actually see the Vipers there with the ult being up. That could tell them everything.
Yeah, but I wonder if off of this is where Full Sense go,
30
right?
seconds
Knowing
left.
that you're not going to be
Almost
like
gonna have to.
stuck by it. Yeah, they kind of have to go now, and this is where they go. They creep their way forward. The Jet's going to be the tip of the spear. You call the Viper's pit. There it goes. Drops down. The spike should follow shortly after. Zeppa, we'll see if he can get any damage with that. Nade, no. The spike goes down.
All right, so this is C9's kind of defense. This is what they want to do. Is it the right call, though, is the question. Now that Full Sense is all in, the 5v5 retake begins.
Oh, there it is, and it's an excellent start for Cloud9 as PTC drops, so John Olsen's able to take it right back. A 4v4 remains. As you see that knife coming through, Lammy still has that Hunter's Fury. They're going to have to pinch around the flank, and that's exactly what Cloud9 do. Vanity and Mitch show up at just the right time to stop the safety valve that Full Sense had. They drop him. Vanity gets the defuse as well. An excellent round from Cloud9.
Doug, if we could see it, C9 could see it, that Hunter's Fury of the KO usage too. Like I said, it works so good against a team that's forcing themselves into the last 30 seconds of a round. If Zeppa doesn't hit that on anybody, oh, it's probably B. So much info from the KO, and C9 has been using it spectacularly. 9-8, it's only a one-round lead. So we're getting hyped here. Full Sense could easily bring this back to 9-9 as they have been tying it up regularly.
All they have is pistols here in the Blade Storm that you just saw a moment ago coming online from PTC.
Yeah, lots of alts, lots of sheriffs.
It's a luxury. I wonder how much they choose to use, right? Like you imagine maybe if you get just the right look that you're wanting, maybe you make something happen, or you just drop that. You drop the Hunter's Fury to try to clean up one, and no, Vanity's able to shuffle his feet and stay alive.
All right, where can this Blade Storm come up? Yeah. They're just making their way out of every tough situation that Full Sense was getting a return on investment on earlier. They were finding these frags, they were finding the trades, and C9's playing much more patient to be receiving Full Sense now, and it seems to be working. What can Full Sense do to put it back in their favor, though? This would be a big one.
Oh boy.
Dash on dash, that's the wrong weapon.
Nobody's hitting shots. Literally nobody's hitting any shots in this fight.
That's
Lammy
the trade.
shows up and says, fine, I'll do it, man. As he takes care of Leaf. You heard through all of that too, Zeppa ulted, and now you've got the Seekers coming online from Full Sense with only 11 seconds left. They find themselves in a dire situation yet again. A 4v3 as Lammy Snacks drops down to almost nothing. Zeta dance.
Was what worked for them, but it does not seem like they want to go for that role anymore, being down 2 rounds.
Well, and I mean, look, it doesn't seem to be any different this round, right? Like you
Spikes
talk
dropped.
about wanting some early aggression. They're kind of huddled up. They're just now making their way out. They're just now making their way up.
And they're so far from ultimates, too, to be able to capitalize on some of those pivotal points, or if they could put a pressure point onto C9.
That's a good start out from Chalala.
The ultimate. So B is going to be taken over here by Vanity. He'll look to keep himself forward pushed in that, and maybe they leave him.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the right call here, right? Like, you have that Viper's Pit. You can kind of handle things yourself, especially as a Viper, or at least you're more equipped to be able to do so, and they send Zeta over to A. And that's exactly where Full Sense are going.
The clock ticks down once again. Full Sense go for the pressure round here. C9 looks to read it. Vanity hasn't left just yet, but 4 members of C9 waiting to defend this as PTC opens it up nicely.
Mitch is going to have to go big there, and he's not able to do so. He was in a really good spot, but just wasn't able to convert it into anything. Vanity, who we mentioned earlier on in the round, was still over by B, and his ultimate, he drops. As Full Sense get the spike down, you're hearing some of the cheers already early on as Full Sense know that this is really just a formality. The rest of the round is at this point, as they should get to 9.
Quick span.
Mark, right? Like, and there's a notable difference here when you think about utility at its respawn rate, and right, like when that comes back online, that is a big deal. So it was, while it still seemed like, okay, Full Sense went a little bit later in that time of work, it was not the same approach, and the success was there, as you said.
A little bit of a push here from C9, so they know A has not been taken over, at least towards shop. This is the first time we've really seen C9 start to take a little bit of ground and take the round into their hands. Leaf has an operator, and that's why you see Zeppa's protection on him push forward.
Now I wonder how far up they're able to get Superbus is into halls.
Great call. I mean, you haven't taken this area, you have to retake it with utility. As smart by Full Sense. They're not leaving anything to chance.
They push the op off the angle. You see Leaf repositioning. You might get a shot at PTC here in a moment. A little jump.
Saw him.
Nothing doing yet.
Don't know if he tries that again. Waiting for a bit of the push. No real focus or rotation, but Superbus could have a frag here. Right on the other side. He sees the gun. He sees it.
Oh, there it is.
Does he get a second one, though?
No, he's not. Zeppa still looking for that to come up. Yeah, but no, he drops. He does take Chalala with him, but he falls. Numbers, Full Send, still 20 seconds left in the round as the spike goes down. They've managed to take control of A. Both Vanity and Mitch now start to approach the site. The camera goes down, but they did get a tag on one, and I like how they're approaching this, right? They're approaching this from different directions. They're going to try to push in at the exact same time, see if they can divide the attention of the members of Full Sends that are on the site and make something happen, but it's slow. It's a bit too slow as Vanity falls. Mitch left alone in this 1v3. They don't know where he is. That's the one benefit, but you have so many eyes looking your way.
Too much. I wonder if that's a loop they throw C9 for here. It's all been A.
All right, we saw PTC do something a little gross here a couple of moments ago. Oh, that flash. The timing on that flash was so good. Leaf had him there, but he wasn't able to land things, and he takes 2-3 more chances and still not able to convert. His presence known. He has to stay alive. He has to dash away, uses some cloud bursts for safety, and somehow manages to preserve his life.
A lot of spikes put in this round already, with the spikes still being down. 1 from each side on, actually 2 from C9, sorry, on their eco. As 2 Spectres still live, they could do some damage here. And there's a shot. Superbus again through halls, replicates his last round strategy and comes up with another kill as John Olsen gets the 3K for this round.
Yeah, they fall apart. You see John Olsen drop that Seekers. You mentioned the 3K as well, so things going rather nicely for Full Sends as Vanity manages to get Superbus down to 8 HP, but he's having to swing around.
Add that to the side of C9, and you're looking at about 3,600 at max for Leaf. Not a full buy for the squad, so it's going to be very tough here. Full Sense probably going to play this one slow to make sure they get the round. Vanity and squad are not pushing up this time. C9 will stay back, playing full util and to absorb Full Sense. This is the first time Full Sense will be going B in quite a few rounds.
And they're going to have to deal with some of the utility out from Vanity. We talked about Viper on this site specifically and how she's really just kind of built for it. And we're seeing some of that utility already come through, but Vanity's going to get pushed back. Are they expecting Leaf? They are now, as he's able to get the second. This aim is magnetic. He just snaps onto PTC's head. And now they push forward. Vanity's still alive as he gets one as well. But now Chalala has shown up. Chalala has shown up, but Vanity keeps things back. The micro stuff there that kept Vanity alive and just how cool that was. We're going to get into the next round. Again, Full Sense, because of the money that they've had up until this point, they're still sitting pretty. You are seeing Lammy Snacks hit that Cypher tripwire there from the shock dart to clear that out. We'll see how Cloud9 really kind of adapt around that operator in the hands of PTC as well.
2 rounds for either team mean drastically different things here, Doug. C9 on the cusp of moving forward here. Like we said, their gauntlet runs, there's something very aware of from the lower bracket. Full Sense again towards A, but this is an early one. They have a minute left here.
The Trailblazers going to come out. Cloud9
Yep.
should have a decent idea that the hit's in towards A. You see Vanity is getting a little bit more bold as he's peeking through his smoke on B, taking some of that space away. And with that, you're seeing the defenses of Cloud9 double down a bit more, right? Zeta's there. You've also got Leaf, who's now there as well. And Full Sense have not left caves. They haven't been able to make their way out.
Nowhere to run!
Hunter's Fury going to be coming out just to try to go up the gut and disperse where C9 might be hiding.
They want to go. Zeta's already been dropped. Now you see Vanity hightailing it over. He's going to have to make it there quick. Superbus gets the spike down. The Viper's Pit's going to come down as well. We'll see if there's enough of a counter. No, Zeppa drops. Superbus dancing around it. Superbus gets a second as he continues to move forward into his jellies. They're going to have to fight into caves because the 3 remaining members are back there. Superbus on 3. But what?
They're bringing out the big guns. Double up for the side of Full Sense here to close it out.
And Cloud9, they're on this lighter buy, right? A Spectre, a Marshall. They have 4 ultimates to work with, and Zeppa's 1 point away from having that null command, so you've got some to fight back with here, but this is not how they want to be able to approach this round. You hear the Blade Storm comes online. We'll see what they can do with those double ops. Hunter's Fury coming through as well. Oh, Superbus. There's not a whole lot of room for you to dance there. Woo-hoo! That could have been bad.
He tucked in for that one. Sucked in the stomach for sure. I don't know how he made it away from that.
We also threw that Vanity investing the Viper's Pit early on.
Right,
there
over at
to
B.
deny vision of B. So this is a very similar setup to what we've seen. We've got Leaf there close by to help out with that Blade Storm. But it looks like Full Sense want to go A.
0 point is still up. Look for Zeppa to be using that come 30 seconds on the round if he wants to figure out who's going to be coming into the site, or maybe right once he hears the utility to shut down the follow-up of what would come from the team.
PTC has managed
There it
to
is.
take... Yep. PTC has managed to take some space. Yeah,
4.
the 4 being caught off of that knife, and that's going to have Full Sense at least hesitate for a moment
Right here.
as they think through how they want to do things, but they want to go. The Trailblazer's going to be the opener. How much further do they get? 2 Jets with Blade Storms playing around halls. They still haven't made their way in, Riv.
If Zeppa can capitalize on 1 frag, he null commands the entire site. He is trying to get that so tough right now. The first one up in the fray, PTC starts it off.
Oh, and there it is. Zeppa gets it, and you call the null command. It's going to be a 4v4 for the side, and Zeppa goes huge. Zeta does as well. Lammy Snacks left alone, and he falls apart. We're going to overtime. We're not done with Breeze yet.
Oh my word, the dominoes falling into place. PTC looking to go naked on this one.
Oh, and that's such a gutsy call. Again, because of the way economy works in overtime, if you choose to buy the operator, you don't have enough to afford armor. So as you said, you're as naked as a jaybird. The drone's there. Oh, he's got the angle, but he doesn't land the shots. Leaf destroys him, and that's going to allow Cloud9 to get onto the site as Leaf gets a second. Full Sen's already down to 3.
A really risky play for overtime, Doug. No need to be a superhero right off the start, but imagine the first shot, the second, right? It's always looking back on it, what could have been the call there. But I think the one and done for an opposition was not the right one as C9 start to tack on more frags for the round. Superbus, he's done quite a bit, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it all here.
Okay, so he is going to be able to do something.
A little bit of something.
Yeah, but how much more can you do with his 70 HP? You've got shock darts, you've got flashes, you've got the kitchen sink thrown your way. The Superbus has to back up a bit. But if the dart didn't give him info of where he is, the knife does. Superbus with the spike ticking away. This is really where Full Sense found a lot of their success through some of the adaptations they made in the second half. They corrected minor things, micro adjustments that got them to overtime, and they're gonna have a chance to lean into that again. You just saw the ult orb get picked up by PTC as Full Sense creep towards A, and Riv, nobody on the site.
No one at all. We saw C9 playing a bit of the full retake earlier. This time the flanks won't be as effective with the utility up of Chalalala. So it's a 5v5 for possibly your final round here as C9 looks to move on in Champions.
First bit of utility, second bit of utility, clear it out off of that. Superbus swings out back towards caves to make sure there's nobody creeping forward. And what that does is that separates Full Sense a bit. They're all tunneled back into caves.
That's
you
tough.
called it, Riv. It's going to be a straight up slugfest for the site. We'll see if Superbus can get the flank all the way around.
He's the
to
one.
Get back onto Cloud9. He's going to have to go big here. The setup is there. First couple of kills have been traded. Here comes Superbus. We talked about him going in through double doors.
He holds.
Spotted Mitch.
He holds.
The gun discipline is there. He spotted a
Wait,
second
the
one as well.
spike!
But Vanity's
The
going to
spike!
get the defuse.
Oh!